Hey, sup? Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue. This is my first proper video. I will make another video where I give you guys an introduction as to what this channel is about. Give you guys a rundown. I did make a video prior to this one here. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna delete it. But as you can see, I'm a huge Freo fan. Love the Dockers. Love them to bits. Member as well. Been following them since 2018. It is what it is. But in saying that, I also love footy. I love AFL. Love the teams, the players, the drafts, all that stuff there. Love the action. I love AFL. So here I am, and I thought I'll make a channel called Don't Argue, where I just talk about all things footy, all things Freo. But in saying that, we'll get into it. So yeah, just quickly as well, this channel here will offer you guys a different perspective. Obviously it's not every day you sort of see a Kiwi talking about AFL, but here we are, right? Yeah, here we are. So this channel is basically about my own opinions, thoughts, and all that stuff there. So this is the first one. We'll get into it, and I plan to absolutely follow through with this for the years to come. So let's do it. So as you guys know, recently a big event happened in the AFL, aka the draft, and for a lot of us who follow different teams, there's anticipation, there's probably a bit of angst as well. You're hoping you pick the right guy. You're hoping you don't pick this one here, this one there, whatever you pick. Yeah. Anyway, for me as a Freo fan, I was coming into this thinking about one player only in particular, and that was Jaidyn Miss. And with pick 8, Freo selected Jaidyn Miss. He's about 194, 195, I believe, 196, 97, something like that. He's a young lad as well, so he's still growing, I believe, but he's got a very good boot on him. Jai Never Miss is actually going to be my nickname for him, so we're going to call him Never Miss. But yeah, look, I believe that was the first top 10 pick Freo have had regarding a full forward, tall forward too, by the way, since Matthew Pavlich. And I've read the book as well, the Pavlich book. It's pretty insightful. And for somebody who didn't know too much about Freo, because I was a fan since 2018, I don't know too much about the history, dating, going back then. But I can definitely relate with some fans, because I have another team I followed since I was very young, so I understand that, the passion, all that stuff. But yeah, looking at Jaidyn Miss, I was pretty pleased. With pick 10 as well, there was a lot of names being thrown around, but I just had this feeling we would get Erasmus, Neil Erasmus, and that is what we got. I'm actually pretty happy with Neil Erasmus. Granted, he did say he was an Eagles fan. I don't know how to feel about that. I'll probably touch on that now before we get into anything else. Without trying to say too much, I don't like the Eagles. All right, like that's it. I think this is the most PG version. I don't like the Eagles, and I said it with a smile on my face. But this is the PG version. Oh no, this is the G-rated version. We turn up the volume more and more and more. Yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, point being, he said he was an Eagles fan. I know some fans probably thought it was a bit controversial. Albeit, it is what it is. You can't really help that. But now he's a Freo player. So now it's all things purple, right? And I'm actually pleased with that. And so, yeah, with Erasmus as well, midfielder, has the goods, got a good sharp boot on him, fit player, and only started playing really, like full on in 2020. So again, he had a decision to make between cricket and football, and he chose footy. Thank goodness. And now I'm just pleased with that pick. All right, I'm very pleased with it. So the next pick Freo had was pick 21, and I think that went as pick 22, 23. I'm not too sure, but anyway, we got Matthew Johnson, and what a huge pick that was. What a huge pick. He was touted to be in the top 10, slid dramatically, really, and we picked him. And my understanding was on day one he was a devastator. You know what I mean? And he was just looking forward to being picked, and he wasn't. So you sort of head into the day after thinking, is something going to happen? And obviously he was reassured by Sarong and the coach as well, Justin Longmuir. Again, without trying to say too much, that, hey, it'll be okay. We got your back. We understand. And again, it just shows you that culture that Freo have, which is what I love. I absolutely love that type of culture, that family-orientated culture. Freo make me feel like I'm amongst it, as a fan. They make me feel like I'm part of the team, and that's why I love this team. I literally love this team, and the more I talk about Freo, especially when I get really passionate, sometimes the tears do start to well. That's just how I am with this team. But anyway, Matthew Johnson, solid midfield as well. He's a big dude. I think he's about 190. And I think Neil Erasmus is, I think, 189, 88. And it's just good selections. And then the last selection, I'm sorry, I've completely lost what number we're in. I think it was, 68. But it was Eric Benning as well. So again, he's a tall ruckman, tall forward, I believe. Again, he's about 196, 97. I think he's the tallest out of them all. But again, just young kids, all of them from WA. One thing I did like about the fact that the one thing I loved about the draft for us personally was just the real strategic draft picks we had, especially with the first, just the way it was, particularly with Jaidyn Miss, knowing that we need a forward, like awesome. And then on top of that as well, we had Erasmus, and then you have Johnson, and then you bring in Benning as well. So again, there's just a lot of strategy behind it. You must trust Dr. Bell. That is the nickname I give him. Dr. Bell. He is a doctor. He's a chemist. He goes in the lab and he works and he brings out all these awesome drafts. And particularly with Freo's 5-year plan, right? 4-year plan if you count the season that was. I think it's pretty awesome. Like it gives you a good scope. It gives you a great sort of a perspective to look forward to. Especially when you see what we've picked. We've got, you've got your Sarongs, you've got your Brayshaws, now you've got your Erasmus, you've got your Misses, you know what I mean? And then you've got your Clarksons as well, So there's a nice, solid young core that's being built at Freo, Frederick, Young, your Henrys. There's a good young core that's being built there. And I'm sure that the goal is to win, like that's it, to bring something home. So again, I just love that atmosphere that we're building there. Yeah, that is all my thoughts overall on the draft. I loved it. It was good. A+, man. I was happy as. I cannot wait to see these boys debut individually or as a group. I don't know, but it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool. What are your sort of thoughts on the draft? I like I said, I loved it. I enjoyed it. But again, that is sort of my thought. Those are my thoughts there. Give me, guys, your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Again, this is Don't Argue, where we love to argue our points, I guess. No, we just like to talk about all things footy from a different perspective. That's all. But again, guys, I've enjoyed this. More content on its way through. And again, I'll talk about Nat Fife. I'll talk about Brayshaw. I'll talk about Frederick. I'll talk about all that stuff there, Darcy, Pierce. So much of the lads to talk about. Looking forward to it. But again, guys, this has been me for now. Take it easy. And yeah, like I said, there'll be more content for other teams too. Predictions, ladder places, all that good stuff. Freo, what my thoughts are, etc, etc. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out. Appreciate it very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like I said, I'll see you guys next time. And just remember, don't argue. See you guys next time. Take it easy.